Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and I want to start this video by giving an apology to the Turtle Squad, which is basically you guys, okay? Well, guess what? I've read so far 4 books, page to page, but I have not made a video. I feel guilty. Why? Because when I read a book, I want to share it with you guys. That way you guys can go ahead and learn the same things I learned and actually just level up and improve, okay? That's always a goal. But that's going to change because basically today, I'm starting the book reviews again, okay? So the book we're gonna start with is actually The Legacy Journey. I read this book and finished it, for example, just yesterday, and what a great book it was. And by the way, I'm starting to read more physical books because this way it remains in my head longer. Audiobooks, it's great to read, by the way. Start that way, I understand, but usually physical books are gonna be a lot better. If you can't do it for long, just do 30 minutes at a time and then keep improving and improving and improving step by step, okay? However, this book right here, guys, is all about how to create a legacy that's going to last way beyond you. The book is less than 240 pages. On the top of that, it's only like around 9 chapters. But it also has bonuses towards the end on different books that Dave Ramsey wrote. So you get like the whole concept here of everything. And yes, the book is a little morbid because it asks you to think about, hey, what's gonna happen when you're not here? But it's also realistic because every single one of you, I guarantee this, 100% of you are not gonna be here 200 years from now. Maybe you, Eric, but most of us are not, okay? If there's an Eric here, comment down below, okay? I just want to get lucky with that name, okay? However, guys, if you guys like these videos, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified, and comment down below and tell me, Tommy, here's the book I want you to read next within finance and money, self-improvement, and maybe like fiction here and there, but usually it's gonna help me in some way. Comment down below. That way I can read the book and make a book review about it also. Now, the core idea is this book will ask you, hey, what do you have set up as far as your entire legacy journey? Do you have a will set up? How does your estate look like? How does your tax plan look like? How does your trust look like? Everything. And usually it says, hey, trust and all that stuff usually is too complicated, so you don't really need that. But in reality, there is so much information in this book. So the whole point is it takes you from point A to point Z. And by the way, Dave Ramsey is also on the same journey. So it's not based on theory or, hey, I think so. It's more like, hey, here's what I've done so far and here's what I've achieved. And this is why I'm telling you this, this, and this, okay? Now, what are my 4 key takeaways from this book? What did I learn the most? And yes, by the way, I like the book. I recommend the book. If you don't like reading books, use Audible. I have a link down below for Audible. When you sign up, you get 2 books, I think. Yeah, you get 2 books, audiobooks for free. And even if you cancel, you get to keep them. And then I get $5. So you get to win a lot and I get $5 also. So everyone wins, I guess, okay? But overall, guys, great book. However, what are my 4 key takeaways here? Well, the first theory that I loved about this book is the idea of now, then, us, and them. Here it is right here. Now, then, us, and them. So what does this mean exactly? It means, for example, the first thing to focus on is basically going to be, hey, what's going on right now in my life and let's try to fix it. For example, getting out of debt and then saving up for emergencies, according to Dave Ramsey plan, okay? That's the first step. Take care of yourself before you go out there and worry about anybody else. Now, if you're a Christian, of course, you're still going to tithe around 10% of your income. That's without saying. However, though, if you're not, the answer is you take care of yourself first, but basically say, hey, let me go ahead and pay off my debts, save for emergencies 3 to 6 months, and then boom. Now you move on to the then, right? The then is saying, hey, let's think about the future. Investing for retirement, buying a home, actually paying it off. And then the us is going to be, hey, let's save up for our legacy, our kids, saving up for their college fund, and actually basically investing more money to live in inheritance and all this stuff, right? That's the core idea. And then the them, T-H-E-M, is worrying about everyone else. And finally looking up and saying, hey, I have all of this extra money to go ahead and give to my community, to my country, or to help other people in third world countries and around the world. And you know, it sounds selfish kind of because you're saying like, hey, worry about yourself, your family first, and then other people out there. But the answer is yes, you kind of do have to do that because basically, if you are in debt like crazy up to here, how are you supposed to go ahead and help anybody else? The answer is usually you don't. So take care of yourself first, and then you go ahead and say, hey, let's do this for charity, this for my community, and all this stuff. And by the way, It's kind of like if you ever get on an airplane, by the way, guys, when you get on an airplane, there's always like a lady there or a guy there giving you like the whole basics here. If the plane were to crash, here's what you want to do, sir. Yeah, like this is gonna make a difference, right? But the idea is to say, hey, when the oxygen bags fall off, so oxygen, so you can actually breathe, it's like a mask. The answer is put on your mask first before you put it on, for example, onto anyone, whether that's your mom there or your kid there. Put it on you first. Why? Because if you don't put the mask on you first, what happens is basically, well, your kid can't put it on themselves. Your mom might be able to do that. So if you take care of yourself first, now you can help more people in an effective way. That's the idea. It makes sense. Now, the second takeaway, guys, is going to be how to go out there and set up goals, okay? And by the way, all smart people out there have mentors. One mentor for Dave Ramsey was Zig Ziglar, I think, okay? And his whole goal theory was basically, hey, when you're making a goal, there are 5 things you want to have, okay? The goal has to be specific. Not, I want to be rich. No. How are you going to do it? Step by step. What's the plan? Specific. Measurable. How do you measure your progress in this? Well, I've been investing this much or saving this much. On top of that, also, your goal has to have a deadline, a time limit. Why? Because I remember in college, high school, middle school, if I didn't have a deadline, I would never finish the work. I would wait until the very last second. Deadlines for goals are very important. Fourth, the goal has to be your own. Not your mama's, not your wifey, not your daughter, none of that stuff. The goal has to be your own. That way, you can work towards it and have ownership over it. Very important. And lastly, you have to go ahead and have that goal in writing. Actually build a plan and put it on your iPad, your iPhone, or the classic, a little pencil and paper, which I don't have anymore. Usually I use my iPad for all my goals and all my notes, all that stuff. But yes, pen and paper still works till this day. It's not outdated just yet. But put your goals in writing. Carry them around. Put them all around your house. That way, you're always looking at them and you know exactly what you're supposed to actually be doing. Goals, very important. Now, the third takeaway was, hey, Tommy, you don't have to feel guilty about enjoying money and accumulating wealth. You know, this is the idea, okay? By the way, I'm also big on religion and all that stuff. The idea is basically, oh my gosh, money is the root of all evil. Well, he debunks it by saying, hey, that's not what the Bible says, or anything for a matter of fact, okay? And building wealth is not evil, and on top of that, it does not change you in any way. In reality, it just enhances your character. I learned that so long ago in a book called The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by Edgar T. Harv. That book shows you, hey, money does not change you. It enhances you. So basically, if you're a giver and you get more money, what do? You give more. If you are greedy, you get more money, what do you want? More money and to give it to yourself. That's just how it works. It enhances you. It does not change you whatsoever. And on top of that, the concept of, hey, well, I have money, but I feel guilty about spending it. For example, religious reasons or cheddar reasons, or you just feel guilt by everybody else telling you, hey, you don't need that iPhone, or you don't need that car, or you don't need that house, whatever it is, right? In reality, it's none of their business. You know why? You know, I love this example in the book, okay? He says, when you think about accumulating wealth and how much to give, picture this right here. What you want to do is you want to get this big glass bowl, right? A big glass bowl. And right inside of it, you want to put a cup. And that cup symbolizes, for example, you, your family, and everything they're going to accomplish. For example, their inheritance also. And the goal is you want to put it in, you want to start by putting in water, obviously, in your cup first. And whatever overflows is going to be in the bowl. And all of that stuff in the bowl is money to actually go ahead and help your community, help other people, and do whatever you actually want to do. However, though, the size of the cup is going to be between you and God or whoever you believe in or just yourself. You know, it doesn't really matter, okay? But it's just between you and you, okay? So the point is, if I want to make this cup large enough, not like a pool, obviously, like a massive cup, but like a good amount of cups. So basically, by the way, Dave Ramsey, the guy gives away a lot of money for charity, makes a lot of money. The guy has, for example, a lot of cars, an amazing house, a $90 to $100 million building, right? He has all of these things, but guess what? He still gives a ton of money to charity. The point is, the size of the cup is going to be based on you. And by the way, there's a story in the book that talks about, for example, a billionaire that felt guilty about buying, for example, a Mercedes because of charities, you know? People send him letters saying, hey, this is a waste of money or whatever. The answer is get to enjoy your money. Also do give away money and stuff, yes, but enjoy your money also. I learned this also in a book. It was called The Richest Man in Babylon. And the idea was, it was Nebuchadnezzar, and he said, you know, Tommy, the main thing is accumulating wealth is awesome. Giving money is awesome. But at the end of the day, you also have to take a portion of your money and also enjoy the great things in life, whether that's the great food, the great vehicles, the great houses, but just do it in a way where it's not going to hurt you, like the middle class usually, where they borrow on everything because basically they can't afford anything and they're not patient enough, okay? Be very careful with that. Now, the last takeaway here, fourth, is actually, what is your inheritance exactly? Is it just money? The answer is no. You know, I'll tell you a personal story here. My uncle, one of my uncles, he inherited somewhere like around $128,000 in Dominican Republic. Now, picture this. The average salary over there is somewhere around $300 every single month. Meaning, he inherited enough money to take care of himself forever. That money was fully gone in 3 years. So that inheritance was basically for nothing. Why? Because your inheritance is not just the money, but also, for example, what you teach your kids and what you leave behind as far as teachings. Things you actually spend time with them, all that stuff, okay? So if you spend time with your kids, you teach them everything. And by the way, the goal is, I've learned this too. I learned so many things from great people, okay? But the goal is, you don't want to raise good kids. You want to raise great adults, because good kids just listen, be quiet, and they're in a corner, right? But great adults know exactly what to do and how to do things. Raise great adults. So if I'm going to raise my kid, yes, I'm going to show them how money works, how everything works. That way, when I'm gone, far and gone, basically everything is taken care of. And also, Dave Ramsey has a little plan for his family where if they step out of line, obviously, they're going to be take off the will and all that stuff, okay? So making those plans is also important. And once they're back in line, they're always welcome to come back into the family and say, hey, now you're again a part of the will. But the point is, it makes no sense to leave a bunch of money behind and then have your family, for example, wasting all of the money, all your hard work, or for example, using that money for very bad reasons and so on, okay? You know what I'm talking about? Like bad reasons, like, you know, like the DR, UGs and stuff like that, you know? So just be very careful with that stuff. But overall, a great book, recommended, yes. Read the audiobook if you don't want to read the book, but it's going to help you out a ton. It's going to be a perspective for the future, not just who you are right now, but who you can be also in the future. Amazing book. I rated a solid, okay? That's my rating. Either trash, solid, or amazing. So this book right here, solid. Pretty solid, honestly, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified, and comment down below and let me know exactly what book do you want me to review next. Comment down below, let me know. On top, if you want to call me and talk to me one-on-one, join me on my third channel, TommyBryson, where I take calls from Monday to Friday. Get in while you still can. Link down below. Subscribe to the channel also. On top about last, if you want to DM me right here, TommyBryson, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, Turtle Squad, and as always, peace.